Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
The WNBA is completely going insane. Regarding the most recent comedy show starring none other than Angel Reese, who recently vowed that she would overthrow Caitlin Clark, a living icon, as if someone who has been crying over sideline drama and pretending to be hurt would dethrone Clarko. And let's not forget her whiny tirades about salaries that aren't ideal. Angels have been officially insane lately.
Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
To be honest, it's absurd. How does she think she is what it takes to surpass Clark, the player who is making history every season? The only thing Reese has mastered so far is making fun of herself, but perhaps she's winning awards for being pitiful. It appears that way. Before Reese opens her mouth about taking over the NBA, she might want to check her reputation first. Changing coaches won't make her the highlight. She needs to change her attitude first.
Look, Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her?
Angel Reese seems to believe that working with David Alexander, LeBron James's trainer, will magically make her the next big thing in women's basketball. Sure, as if training with one of the top trainers in the world will make Reese into some sort of superhuman ready to dethrone Caitlin Clark. However, while Reese is out there honing her general movement patterns, Caitlin Clark is busy actually improving her shooting and playmaking. You know what matters when you're trying to be the best player on the court, so good luck. Angel Clark is honing the skills that have already put you in the dust while you're working on whatever that even is. Reese might have had a good brief stint at LSU, but believing she's on par with Clark would be like declaring, "I'm going to release a new album after singing in the shower for 5 minutes," which is unrealistic and uncompetitive. Clark is the queen of basketball, even though Reese was the queen of LSU. Sure, Reese, tell me more about how you're going to dethrone a legend when you haven't even gotten your feet wet in the pros. Reese is out here talking about exceeding Clark while Caitlin is already out there reinventing the entire game.
Me and Camilla's the most we've ever lost in our life. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU. So it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Now, let's go back to the 2023 NCAA championship. You remember it? Reese was desperately trying to steal Clark's shine with that childish taunt, flipping the "you can't see me" gesture right back in Clark's face. That was a moment, all right, but for all the wrong reasons. Clark was still the best player on the court, effortlessly outscoring everyone, including Rays. Reese's big move was a lame attempt to make herself relevant by trying to steal the spotlight for a mere 5 seconds while Clark was too busy making history. Reese couldn't have made this up. He was merely playing for attention.
There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
Speaking of statistics, let's just say that Reese's WNBA debut was nothing to write home about. Caitlin Clark lights the league on fire and averages 19.2 points per game, racking up assists like she's been playing in the league for years. Meanwhile, Rays averages 13.6 points per game, which is nearly 6 less than Clark. Oh, and let's not forget that Clark led all rookies in assists with 8.4 per game, but she did her best right now. Let's move on to the Rookie of the Year award trophy for participation at this moment. Not only did Clark win, but she also made it apparent when she entered the league that she was prepared to dominate Rays. She is currently attempting to catch up.
They still ask you about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. The pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can just hoop. So I don't know when it started to just break out where I was just in Rookie of the Year conversations. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
But wait, things will get better. Reese's off-court life has truly turned into a circus. She signed a signature shoe deal with Reebok, which is incredible for someone who hasn't even demonstrated that she can consistently perform at the highest level. Let's celebrate that, but in the meantime, Clark is changing the game with every move she makes. Rays is busy sharing her lifestyle on Instagram, which is cute and all, but if you think that will help you defeat Clark, then good luck. If I were you, I would start concentrating on your posts, but let's talk about money because Reese loves to talk about it. She's out here highlighting her WNBA salary of $73,439 and talking about how expensive life is. You're not exactly living in a mansion in Beverly Hills, and perhaps it's time to start budgeting better. Meanwhile, Clark is managing her business, focused on the game, and obviously not worrying about how much a latte costs at Starbucks. Now, let's going to be her big break walking into a lion's den. I understand that she will make $250,000 for the 8-week season, which is a huge step up from her pitiful $81,000 annual WNBA salary. Sure, that's nice, but the problem is that she's going up against players who are on a completely different level. It's not just about the money or the headlines. It's about actual performance, and right now, Reese's performance screams, "I need a lot of work." This is where things get even juicy. Reese is entering a league with some of the world's most gifted athletes. Therefore, you might have good time is going to make her the next big thing. Critics are already calling this an overestimation, and to be honest, they might have a point. This league is going to be exciting and full of top-tier talent, but Reese isn't even close to the caliber of players who have already proven themselves at that level, so while she might get exposure, she might also get exposed. There's no hiding when you're up against the best. So if Reese doesn't improve, this league could reveal how far behind Clark and possibly even highlight how far she still needs to go before she's on the same playing field.
I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes.
Here's a reality check. At the end of the day, Reese's discourse about surpassing Clark is meaningless. When it comes to professional basketball, talk is cheap and won't get you anywhere. If you want to compete with the greatest, you better have the talent to support it right now. Reese's mouth is working harder than her game. She has all these audacious claims, but the issue is that she lacks the abilities to make them come true. Clark has already shown that she is the real deal, and Reese is still stuck in the "I'll get there someday" stage. Let's also not overlook the fact that while Reese is training with one of the best, while Reese is busy getting coached on her general movement patterns, Clark is making history every time she steps on the court. So, when Reese says she's going to dethrone Clark, let's just say the only thing she's going to be dethroning as herself from reality, this unrivaled league. It's a great opportunity for Reese to get some exposure, but let's be honest, it could also be the place where the gap between her and Clark gets even wider, painfully evident when no one is really challenging you. It's easy to talk about taking over, but when you step up against real elite competition, that's when things get tough. At the moment, RE is still far below Clark's level. If she doesn't improve and quit acting like she's already there, she will be a footnote in Clark's journey rather than the one to dethrone her.